Alright, what's up everybody? Renfail here. I just finished the main story campaign for Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2, and I gotta say, this right here is what a AAA launch looks like, everybody. No bugs, no jank, a boatload of content. Not only are you getting the, kind of ballpark 12-ish to 15-ish hours for the main story campaign. There's also, if you didn't know this, all this stuff after the fact because you have the operations that you can run, and this is when you get into the class-based system where you can come in here and you can pick from all of these different classes, right? Like, these are all here. Each class, so like I'm going to end up running tactical. Each class has a perk tree it, wherein which you have lots of different ways to flesh out your character in the PvE operation missions. Each weapon has a perk tree that you can go through, and they all have cosmetics. Same thing with your the other weapons that you can use, your melee weapons. Each different class can use a different type of weapon. Some of them can use the same weapons as others, but for the most part, they kind of have their own little niche. So going through here, looking at the fact that there's all these different ways to customize your class and the way you want to play your character, then there's the whole cosmetic side of things, wherein you can go through here and look at all the different ways you can customize your character, and then you get into the chapters. This blew my mind when I was seeing this during the live stream. Earlier we were talking about this and going through this live on stream. We get all of these different chapters, and these are all different types of heraldry that you can pick for your character and go through. And all of these have, like, if you go in here, they have their own lore about who they were and the lore of Warhammer 40K. Absolutely amazing the amount of content they have. On top of all of this, this is just all the content that's in the base game. There's also the PvP side of the game, which has like death matches and stuff. And then there's the roadmap to the DLC, which is like the season pass stuff. It's just a ton of content that's coming out for this game in the future. But just to get you started, the fact that there's this massive perk tree to go in and level up, and you can see like you start off at level 1 and you're going through here and it's like these are level 23. Looks like level 24. I don't know what the max level is here. Maybe 25 it looks like. You've got signature moves that you learn at various levels. There's gear perks. There's passive bonuses for your team, it looks like. And plus all of these core abilities. And all of these are different for each one of the classes, right? So it's up to you how you want to play through the PvE campaign, through the PvE operations outside of the main campaign. Because when I played the base campaign, you're just playing a Space Marine, right? So you've got your choice of weapons and your what's interesting about the main campaign is they sort of have you play different classes because they give you different gear selections during different missions. Like one mission you get to use the jetpack, and another mission you can't. And like here, only the assault guy gets to use the jump pack. The tactical, as an example, use an Auspic scan. The Vanguard gets a grapple launcher. Bulwark gets the chapter banner. We used all of these. I may not have used the grapple, but I used like the banner. We used the banner at one point in time. We definitely used the jump pack a few times during the campaign. Like all of these things. Yeah, these are unique to the... I don't think we used all these. But they taught you all of the weapons during the main campaign, and they taught you all, like, the melee combat and how the combos work and how to switch between melee weapons and the difference between fast weapons and slow weapons and heavy weapons and light weapons and flame weapons versus plasma weapons. There's all these different things that you learn during the campaign. And then after that, we get to run around and play these other missions. And now that we've got the ship unlocked, we can actually go in here now and what is it? It's here. We can like go in here and fast travel between the various parts of the ship, and we could look at information. See, I didn't unlock all of the data slate repositories from the planets, so there's still a ton of lore that I completely missed when I was playing the game. And these were like audio snippets that I found along the way. Armoring Hall, this is the launch bay, obviously, over in here. This is where you take your missions. And this is where it doesn't look like you can access the rest of the ship now that we're out of the campaign. But like during the main story missions, you could take this elevator up and it would go up to the bridge of the ship. But those missions are done with now, so now we're only getting access to this and the armoring hall going out from here. The game was absolutely breathtaking visually. I played it on the Xbox Series X. The only thing I noticed is during one of the missions, there was I can't remember what, it was like maybe the fourth mission or the fifth mission. There's this sequence where you're running down a ramp through some canyons. You see a giant bell above you, and then there's like an explosion as like missiles or meteorites come down and it knocks the bell down. There was a pause, like the game froze for like 2 or 3 seconds as it whatever was going on with that loading scene, and then it just after that it was fine. During that cutscene, there was like 2 or 3 moments where the graphics hitched just a little bit during the cutscene, and then during the mission where I think it's the final mission when you start that final mission when you jump out of the ship and you're cascade and you're like jumping down and you're going through the debris field. There was a couple of hitches during that sequence, but apart from that, I had 0 issues. I played on the quality mode, which I believe was targeting 30, but it could have more. And then we also played it in performance mode, which was 60 frames in the first couple of streams we did. So tried both. I ended up just choosing to leave it on quality because it felt great. It felt smooth. This is not like a super fast-paced game. The combat is slower, very chunky, but definitely action-packed. And there was just so much going on during all the battles. I definitely chose during the missions to keep my helmet on. Looks like I need to put my helmet back on for this, unless it's automatically off when we're in and about the ship. Oh, that's because I went to assault instead of tactical. My guy is a tactical guy. So I'm going to be choosing to use tactical. I am going to be leveling up with my standard issue bolt rifle and my standard issue chainsword, because with my gold edition pre-order, I got some cool cosmetics which I definitely want to show off. So I'm going to be leveling these up as we go through. I'm definitely going to be focusing on the tactical, I think, for my class. At least that's the class I'm going to try out when I start the campaign tomorrow. Actually, when is this going to be airing? I don't know when this is airing. Whenever this is airing, Monday is the general launch of the game. I'm recording this on Sunday, which is the last day of early access. I will be starting my PvE operation campaign on Monday with the general launch, and we're going to be doing some multiplayer co-op stuff with the community. So if you are playing this game and you want to join up and do have some fun, stay tuned here on YouTube and also over on Discord and all the other socials, because I'll make some announcements when I have gotten enough time under my belt to understand how these systems work. I'm going to want to go run some missions with people. The first couple I'm probably going to do on my own just to learn how the system works, run some operations with some randos, and then we're going to start scheduling some stuff with other people. So if that sounds fun to you, make sure to follow along, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Daily streams here and on Twitch. For the Emperor, brother! We'll see you in game, everybody. Till next time, stay safe and happy gaming.